Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your monthly reading for September 2023. This is for Virgo, Sun, and Rising. And if you're new to my channel, Virgo, I do a traditional cultic cross spread. I also use astrology and my guides to bring a lot more clarity to get more specific and detailed with your reading, Virgo. I do this because you know I love you. I want you to feel like it's a personal reading, as if we're here one-on-one rather than a general spread. Lastly, Virgo, I use astrology because it brings a lot more depth to your reading. So Virgo, first things first, happy birthday. I am so excited for you. It's Ruby's birthday's coming up September 11th, and I know there's a couple of y'all subscribers that are September 11th birthdays. If you're a subscriber, you know it's my mom. She's a Virgo as well. So happy birthday. I hope you're having a great birthday season. I know things have been really heavy for you. I'm not going to lie. There's been a couple heavy things going on. A lot of you really going deep, very introspective, especially with the past couple of weeks. With Mars having been in your sign, the good news is Mars is finally out of your sign. We're going to talk about that. And speaking of Mars, that's how I'm going to lead September, because Mars is taking the lead in September. It is going to be a very interesting month. It's going to be very like Jekyll and Hyde kind of month. The first 2 weeks are very different from the last 2 weeks of September. But the one thing that's being very consistent is Mars, okay? So Mars is in Libra all month long, okay? Now, if you saw my last week's reading, you know that pretty much all the planets are retrograde, okay? All the planets are retrograde, meaning they're all in their weakened states. We're not getting the full powers of the planets at the time, but Venus will start waking up September 4th, September 3rd, actually. So that's really great, but still in her, I'm already getting like Mercury. I'm doing your reading during Mercury retrograde, by the way. Still in her shadow phase. So it's almost like Sleepy Beauty, Sleeping Beauty, just like waking up right now. Okay. And then Mercury is in your sign. Okay. Retrograde until about the 15th, until about mid-month, and then goes direct, but will still be in your sign. But again, the main thing I want you to pay attention to is Mars. Mars is blazing ahead, because even though these planets are waking up, they're still in their shadow period. So they're all still in their weakened states, meaning Mars has a lot of energy right now. It's almost like amped up, like someone drank 20 Red Bulls. Okay. And Mars is blazing forward in your second house, so there's going to be a lot of activity with money, with finances. Okay, there's going to be a lot of attention around that. All right, keep that in mind. Okay, Mars, the planet of action, the planet of ambition and drive, which is really good. Okay, the only problem is Mars doesn't really like being in Libra. All right, I explained this last week. Mars is, the ruling planet for Aries. Where did Aries come from? Aries, the god of war. Mars is a very aggressive planet. Libra's all about peace. You do the math and you see that does not work out well. Mars is detriment in Libra. It's just the opposite sign. And so what happens during Mars in Libra is you make the most of it. All right, it's how you really control any situations that arise. It's the matters that you take. It's you owning Mars in Libra right now. Okay, so there could be some challenges. There could be some aggressive moments when it comes to money or finances, in terms of just things kind of maybe some speed bumps here and there, but you really being on top of it. Okay, now if you're not here for money, okay, if you are the King of Norway watching this video right now, if you are Leonardo DiCaprio watching this video right now, if you're not here for money, second house is also self-value, self-worth. It's that confidence, that security, all of that. Okay, so keep that in mind. There is like this deep reflective thing that you're going through, Virgos, right now, especially with Jupiter and Uranus in Taurus in your ninth house of spirituality. But again, just keep an eye on Mars. Mars, I've been explaining this. Mars in Libra, it's all about, the goal is having balance, all right? So when I say I've been explaining this in other videos, think of yourself right now being on a kayak, okay? Through the month of September, you're on a kayak with all your friends, all your family members, and they all have had a little bit too much to drink. And you have Sally over here, just kind of like leaning over this end of the kayak with, the martini glass still in her hand. And then you have another, friend, Harry over on this side, and he's, he's doing the dab, but he's not doing it right, and he's wearing goggles and whatever it is. They're tipping your kayak, and you're the one that's got to keep it balanced. Okay, you're the one that's got to keep it balanced, and consider this the kayak of your life. You have to keep everything in balance while Mars is trying to just like, make things a little, kind of like chaotic for you. All right. Again, this is only because it's really not a lot of the other planets are doing much right now. The good news is, and there is good news. There's a lot of good news actually for you this month. We have a new moon in your sign, okay? Mid-month, right at the time Mercury goes direct, okay? That's absolutely amazing. And then if you also saw, I did a video on, Mercury retrograde for all 12 signs. Mercury affects every sign differently. Mercury is your ruling planet. Mercury is in its domicile. Mercury is also exalted in your sign. So it's actually really good. This Mercury retrograde has been really good for you, even though there may have been some miscommunication. There may have been some mishaps in technology. There may have been some frustrations and delays. Sure. But it's given you this opportunity to go within and to really, really investigate any issues, any challenges, really dig deep right now to find those solutions, okay? Moving forward, and you will see this big boom, okay? Like a supernova around the new moon in your sign, all right? And you also know you're a mutable sign, okay? So this is, it just means that you're really good with change. You're really good at adapting to change. You are going to have changes this month. It is guaranteed. It is guaranteed. Okay, so keep that in mind. It's almost like a really big birthday gift that you can expect that the universe is going to give you. But just remember to take action. Remember to take a lot of action this month. With Mars, the planet of action, it's seizing these moments. Okay, and there are 6 trines this month. So when I say it's a good month, even though the first 2 weeks may feel like you're walking through quicksand, things are still going to happen. Things are still going to happen. In fact, the best day of the month is on the 8th, okay? That's when the sun is trining Jupiter. It's the best day of the month. It's the luckiest day of the month. Not only that, it's among one of the best of the year. Okay, so even though, again, these planets are retrograde, there's still things happening. All right, so I really love that for you. But remember, it really is all about that balance, all about that equilibrium. And oh, goodness, another big thing is with Mars in Libra, it's going up until October 15th, 13th, 14th. But it's happening right before we have the solar eclipse in Libra. Again, in your second house of money, finances, income, self-value, self-worth, all of that. So when I say you're going to have changes, you're going to have changes. You're going to have really big changes because you also remember that the North Node just 2 months ago moved into Aries, all right? Your destiny calling, your true calling, that was in your 8th house. So 8th house, other people's resources, other people's money, other people, so it could be your partner's money, it could be inheritance, it could be investments, it could be bonuses, it could be commissions, you paying off debts. Keep all of that in mind. Keep all of that in mind. So you see how there's a lot of activity in the only 2 money houses in the zodiac wheel in your sign, Virgo. All right, especially so this is really nice, especially because we are for the first half of the month in Virgo season. In your season, the sun is shining bright in your sign. Now, halfway through the month, the sun will be moving into Libra, and as we know, Mars is in Libra, so the sun, obviously bringing all that optimism, all that warmth, even resolution. So consider Mars again. He's got, I've been saying this in every reading, He's got a water gun, okay? And he's brought it to your I love dry sand party, okay? And but the sun is there now. The sun is there. And the sun is kind of like the monitor, and the sun is just kind of looking over at you and like, take care of that. So the sun is kind of helping you right now. All right. So this is really good, especially helping you with all the aggressive things that Mars wants to do. My dog just woke up. Ruby, this is your reading. This is your reading. We're doing a Virgo reading. All right, come here, baby. I know you want to get down. Um, she obviously loves you, Virgo, but she's like, where's my food? Okay, so Virgo, that said, keep that in mind. So with Mercury going retrograde on the 15th at this point, none of the inner planets are retrograde. So this is really great, okay? They're still, in shadow, but the inner planets, they affect us the most, right? Mars, Mercury, Venus, but they're all finally direct. So that's really nice. And then really, honestly, Mercury will be in your sign until October 4th. Again, I just expect changes. Virgo, Virgo's a very nice, more feminine sign. It's very mutable. It's all about service to others. Y'all are so hardworking. Are so considerate, so loyal to other people. I mean, this is going to be a great month for you. Because there's going to be a lot of things that you reassess and a lot of things that you let go. And a lot of new things that are going to be happening in your life. All right. So keep that in mind. And the last thing I'm going to tell you is that we do have a new full moon in Aries. Okay. At the end of the month. Now, remember what I said earlier about how the Aries that's your 8th house. All right. So not only other people's resources, but it's death and rebirth, transformation. So there's definitely something that is coming to a conclusion, okay, in your life. And so think about what happened around March 21st, 2023. Now, if you don't journal, I always suggest maybe go through your Instagram feed, maybe go through, your social media feeds to see what you were thinking about, what you were manifesting, things that were on your mind around that time, because all these full moons are corresponding to the new moon. You can also think about the new moon that we had in Aries in April. That was on April 19th. That was actually conjuncting the North Node at the time, which is very interesting. And it happened to be during the week of the luckiest day of the year. So you can also think about that time because the energies of that new moon in March were still kind of spilling over. All right. But it really is the one corresponding to the one in March. But be prepared for a really big month. Be prepared for a really big month. The new moon in your sign on the 14th is going to be a big deal. All right. Uranus is very harmonious. All right. So there could be some surprising news you hear as well. Some really good surprising news. So with that said, if you are new to my channel, remember after I do your reading, stick around because I break it down week by week. I pull a lot more cards. All right. Just to give you an idea of what to expect every week. I do this in addition to the weekly readings, and I also leave all the key astrological dates in the description box if you want to follow along to see what's going on for you for this month. With that said, Virgo, let's get to it. Let's see what's going on with you for September. This is again for Virgo Sun and Virgo Rising if you know your birth chart. And feel free to read for your moon and your Venus, all those other placements. If you know your birth chart, I would recommend Venus because Venus is finally going direct, okay? And the moon because the moon is in your sign. So it's going to be the new moon. It's going to be a big one. It's going to be a big one, especially with Mercury going direct right around that time. So that said, Virgo, let's go ahead and get started. See what's going on for you for September, which is your month. All right, so Virgo. Like I said earlier, let me pull this over. Like I said earlier, I do a traditional cultic cross spread. Really brings the best overview, in my opinion. If we need to pull clarifiers, we will pull clarifiers. Secondly, Virgo, I love you. Y'all are amazing. Thanks so much for being here. Y'all are the Mulder and Scully of the zodiac. I'm a Virgo moon, so listen. That's why I have that perfection energy. Anyway, I'm gonna not babble. Let's do this. I'm gonna bring this up a little closer. All I have to say, Virgo, you know what I'm going to say. You know what I'm going to say, right? Okay. Do you want me to say it? You're good. You're good. Look at this big smile on my face. Like, I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you. This is really, really nice. Okay, so wow. All right, let's get started. You did get the Four of Cups, okay? Came up in your past. So, the biggest message that's coming through is like there has been some things that you were not happy with, okay? It could have been a lot of internal things that were going on, especially with Mercury retrograde in your sign. And then with Mars having been your sign too. You have to remember that as well. That was like a big thing. I'm getting more, again, it's really more internal. There could have been some things where things happened that you weren't happy with, or things that you wanted didn't happen. Okay. So there was a moment where you had to really just take a deep breath, go within, and have that moment of clarity, really, tap into your, higher self, align your chakras, everything like that, right? Just really get into a zone where you were like, okay, I don't want to worry about anything. I just want to keep my gratitude high. I want to just have that gratitude for everything that's happening in my life, whether it's good or bad. I have a roof over my head. I have this, I have that. Do you know what I mean? Like, really, really just getting to a point where you could dive really deep to be in a place where you're just so connected, okay? And so I love that energy. But again, there is a sense of a lot of gratitude coming into your life, you having these moments of it, appreciating the things that are in your life, okay? And it could be even those small little moments that you just, really appreciate. Like you finally noticed that, the cat, outside your house was eating the food that left for them. Like little things like that. Like whatever it is. It could be something, bigger, but even still, there is a sense of like gratitude that I'm getting, and then especially with the Four of Cups too. It's whether it is something that didn't come through, you got to a point where you're like, okay, I'm getting over it. And remember, it also depends. This came up in your past, and so it depends on what day you're watching this reading as well. But like, you got the Six of Wands in the heart of your spread, so you're good. This card is all about achievements. This card is all about success. It's victory. You can see it's a procession. It's a parade. Look at the people cheering him on. Look at the wreath. I mean, this is absolutely amazing, Virgo. I really love this for you. And it is more for me. I'm getting more, again, like this, it's really just within you. It's like you're proud of yourself for where you are right now. And if you're not yet, you will feel it. So here's a big thing. A lot of y'all are probably going to feel it within, it could be work, it could be relationships, or even like partnerships is a big thing for you right now, especially when you consider Saturn in Pisces. That's going to be for the next few years. You could be taking partnerships, relationships, one-on-one relationships. Okay, so whether it is work, career, business, or even love at home, it could be something that putting a lot of attention on right now. But even still, there is a sense of you feeling like on top of your game, on top of the horse, riding freely, like just having all this wisdom, having all this attention, and really again just feeling like it's like that long hair, don't care. I'm good. I'm very proud of myself. I'm just going to keep moving forward. And I think that a lot of it is you breaking free from things that were holding you back internally, too. I'm just getting this overwhelming sense of freedom for y'all. So I really love that. So I love that you got this card of like victory, success, celebration for your birthday season. So this is really amazing in the heart of your spread. And this is, wands are your passions, ideas, creativity. So there could be a lot of success with that as well as career, because wands are very enterprise, career related. So you are moving in this new direction, and that's going to be very, very eye-opening for you, and for a lot of y'all, you've already had those moments, but there's a lot to come. Especially because, like I said earlier, it is a procession, right? So that horse is still going. It's like the first of many achievements to come. Okay, now you did get the Page of Swords in your challenge area. So the only thing I'm going to tell you is that, well, two things: trust your intuition. Trust your intuition and stay connected. Okay, your intuition is it when you are in touch with your intuition, everything's great. Okay, you have no fears, you have no worries, you have no doubts. Everything is just dandy wandy. Okay, I don't even know. Is that even a? I don't know. Okay, I just made up a term. Okay, dandy wandy. But trust your intuition. It's like when you get those little winks from the universe, right? Those little synchronicities. Everything, the 1111s. It's just paying attention, being aware. There is with the Page of Swords, there could be something that like some sort of blockage where there's this refusal to accept a truth or to accept a reality, but really trust your intuition so you can, okay? So you can be good with it. Now, the second thing is there could be some sort of something that you really want to start or a move in a certain direction, but it just feels like the timing is not right now. With Mercury retrograde, anyway, I would anything that you want to start, I would do it after the 15th. Okay, and when sorry, one thing that I missed, back to the intuition thing, there are possibly a lot of messages that you could be receiving intuitively or through your spirit guides or just through your dreams, but you may be missing them if you're not trusting your intuition, if you're not paying attention. Okay, that is like the biggest message of all. But again, if there's something that you want to start, if there's something that you tried to start and it didn't work the way that you wanted it to, it's because it's not the right time. And especially with all these retrogrades, wait until after the 15th where you have a lot more clarity. And then again, when we have that new moon in your sign, which is perfect for setting intentions and new beginnings and new opportunities. Now, you did get the Ace of Swords in your crown, so I really love this. Okay, this is amazing. The Ace of Swords. This is one of the biggest cards of change. Aces usher in the most new change out of the minor arcanas, like new paths, new opportunities, right? New journeys. But the swords are the mental suit. So a lot of this could be just having this mental breakthrough that again you're having a moment this month, and it's a really good like this sense of freedom that I'm getting again. I really absolutely love this for you, and it's a part of you that just wants to break free from things that have been holding you back. So really have that moment. In fact, if I remember correctly, in your last week's reading, you did have the devil in your final outcome, did you not? And so remember, it's letting go of the things that are not serving you well. But again, look, you've got another well, you got a crown here, a lot of victory, a lot of success, this breakthrough, clarity. There could even be some sort of contract you're looking toward, especially with the Six of Wands and the heart of your spread. Again, wait until after the 15th, okay? Wait until after the 15th. Now, even better the 18th, okay? Even better is around the 18th, but, just after the 15th. But there's also this sense of peace. I really love that, especially if you have been having moments of, even I would even say, like, if you've just been like bored with certain things, it's just like now's the time, like, all right, I'm going to do something about this. I don't want to be bored anymore. So that's really good, and I really love that. You even I mean you even see the olive branch here. So there is a sense of peace too, and especially if you have had any sort of conflicts with people, maybe your family members or colleagues or whatnot, or even your partners, there could be this sense of peace that you want to bring with this. So again, I really love this. Remember, Mars in Libra in your second house, so that's self-worth, self-confidence, and you just having this, like, the Six of Wands in the heart of your spread is so great. Now, speaking of referring to your last reading, Hello. You got the Lovers. And the root of your spread. This is, hey, when I talk about partnerships and relationships, it really is a big thing because remember how I said Mars in Libra is going to be a really big thing to pay attention to this entire month. Mars is blazing through Libra all month long. Libra is the native ruler of partnerships and relationships, and you just got the card of partnerships and relationships, which last week in your last week's reading during the full moon Pisces reading, it was in the heart of your spread. So you had to make a choice. You had to make some decisions, okay? Regarding partnerships or relationships. If that does not resonate with you, it's self-love. It's getting to a point where you find this self-love. It's in the root of your spread. So it's kind of like what's really fueling you this month, okay? I really love that. You got it again. Now, again, I am going to point out, you do see Archangel Raphael here, the healer. He's the one that's gifting the love to these two. Let's call them Adam and Eve, okay? You see Adam looking at Eve. You see Eve looking at the Archangel. This is Trinity at play here. This is conscious, subconscious, superconscious. So this is you. This is all about you, okay? And the decisions that you make, okay? In terms of a partnership, relationship, whether it is work-related, whether it is domestic, like love related. But again, with that Trinity energy, with that you energy, self-love, okay? Accepting all this self-love as well, all right? So I really love this for you. There is a sense of things just really going your way this month in a big way, in a great way. Because, hi, now we've come to the Hanged Man in your future. You want change. You want change in a really big way. The Hanged Man, by the way, is what I loved about this is that the Hanged Man comes right before the Death card. And so the Hanged Man is preparing yourself for this big transformation because the Death card is a transformational process. And so remember, let those things go. It's almost like you're moving into this good place, so there's no room for all these things that may be holding you back. Because the Hanged Man, you can see the halo around his head. A lot of enlightenment here. And he put himself here, okay? He put himself here to look at the world in a different way, to have a new perspective, to look at things in a different way, right? Remember what I said. Uranus and Jupiter are in your 9th house right now. Spirituality, your belief system, the way that you see things, your philosophies. There's this new way that you're about to see things, okay? Because of all this goodness that's happening in your life. So it's a very optimistic reading for you, all right? But you see, in order to have this new perspective, in order for you to have this transformation and be prepared for this transformation, you do have to make sacrifices. You do have to make surrenders. So it really is those things that don't serve you well. A lot of it is just going to be things that you outgrow, like naturally. Just really, really letting them go now. Okay. Again, a lot of it's going to be up here. A lot of it's going to be up here. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. So, Virgo, this is you're good. Let's get to your stuff. Virgo, if you like this reading, it would be so great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. I really want to hear from y'all. And happy birthday. Y'all are amazing. If you're a subscriber, thank you so much for being here. I wouldn't be here without you. So I am truly grateful. I really do appreciate it. Y'all are amazing. Y'all make my day. I am about to make your day too. You're good. You're like, I can't even. Can't even. You got the 7 of Cups, okay? So, there's a lot of things you want. Hone in on the thing that you want the most. Remember I said with all these retrogrades, one thing that I want you to know, the first 2 weeks of September, we're still under the umbrella of that full moon in Pisces, and it can, it's a little confusing, it's a little, but it's, Pisces is a native ruler of the 12th house, so a lot of happening up in the subconscious with Venus finally going direct in Leo, that is in your 12th house as well. So Venus, the planet of love and money, which are big things that are happening for you this month, all right? Especially because you got the Lovers card as well, partnerships, relationships. So keep that in mind. It's always a good idea to first just don't make any big decisions around the first 2 weeks. Things Think things through. Remember, it's a time for you to like really dig deep. Be very like have that eagle eye for the things that you want to fix, for any challenges, anything where it may be a little like, what do I do? What do I do? Because this card is all about, really, at the end of the day, it's just saying, be careful what you wish for. Because all the cups, even though this young man is being presented with 7 cups here, they're all very different, and and they're not all great. So you really have to know what you want. Okay, you really have to have a good idea of what you want moving forward. What is going to be good for you? What is going to be good for you? Okay, whether it is partnerships, whether it is career, have that moment. Okay, have that moment. Some of y'all may want a lot of things right now. That's fine. Focus on the one thing you want the most. Put all your energy toward that, okay? And then bring everything else in, all right? Now, you got the King of Cups in your external factors area. There is a sense of, the main thing that is coming through for this time is there's definitely someone. It could be like for a lot of y'all, it may be, like someone in your life. It could be a family member, it could be a friend, it could be a teacher, it could be like a guru, whoever it is. There's someone who could be like really on your side right now, really helping you through this transformation, whether you're aware of it or not. There is someone who is being very influential in your life. And I really love that. It is someone that is, very emotionally strong, could be like ultra sensitive as well, but someone who is also very intuitive, very insightful, really has his head on his shoulders. And it doesn't have to be a he, but I am getting more of a masculine energy. And, King of Cups, it's just masculine energy anyway. Doesn't necessarily mean it has to be, but I personally, from my guides, it's going to be more of a male figure, like a masculine figure. But it's also, there's this sense of you where it could be your guides or your intuition that is really fueling you right now to be so emotionally stable, so on top of your emotions, like really like a feel good energy. I love this. I absolutely love this. And then you have the Ten of Swords, but where it lands in your staff is saying that all you want is anything that's been stressing you out, any of these any hardships or challenges you've been going through, you just want it to end now. You don't want it anymore. You want to just enter this new cycle. That's all you want, okay? All you want. And you can. You can. All you have to do is learn from anything that's been hard for you. Any challenges that you have had experienced recently, learn from it. Ask the big questions. Why did I have to experience that? Why did that happen in my life? What is the universe trying to tell me? How do I fix this? Ask the big questions, okay? Because when you learn from it, you never have to go through those experiences again. This is the card of new dawn. Those dark clouds are clearing to let the sun through. It's dawn, okay? So keep that in mind. Now, lastly, you got the Six of Pentacles. You're going to be so great this month. This is one of my favorite cards. Okay? Because, first, it is a card of gratitude. It is a card of sharing. It's a card of like knowing, that balance between giving and receiving, right? So ultimately, with this in your final outcome, there could be a sense of you where you have this moment of clarity, okay? A big one, especially with the Ace of Swords here, a big moment of clarity where you find that balance of, am I giving, which is what Virgos do, and not getting anything in return? Or am I sitting here waiting to receive, but not giving anything at all? So remember, find that balance, okay? Find that balance. You can even see that scale in the man, the very, philanthropic man's hand there, okay? And so, and you can see that he is helping the needy. Now, with this in your final outcome, it also means that if you are in a situation where you need support, it's coming for sure. But then there's going to be a lot of Virgos who you have so much success this month. You're on top of your game. Everything is great for you that you will be giving, okay? And when I say giving, sure, money and wealth, you could be donating to charities or whatnot, or helping friends out. Like if you have a friend that's like short on rent, like oh, yeah, I got you. Um, but it really is, Pentacles are earthbound. So it's your physical realm as well. And, wealth comes in all different forms, okay? So you could be sharing your wealth in knowledge in something. You could be sharing your wealth in, in family, in your family. But what I really love about this is you're going from the card of needing to be aware of being more gratitude to having that awareness. I love your reading, Virgo. Now, let's get to your let's see what's going on for you every week, like I promised. There really is nothing to be clarified here. You're going to be fine. You're going to be absolutely fine. Yeah. Big relationship, partnership energy, and self-love energy, and spirituality, um, and money, and success, and prosperity, and achievements, and like you're good. You're good. Virgo, first week of September. Let's do it. Venus goes direct on the 3rd. Mercury is trining Jupiter on the 4th. I want you to remember this because this is the first of 2 Mercury trining Jupiters, okay? So this one's really great. Mercury, remember, is in your sign, okay? This is a really good time to travel to nostalgic places if you want to travel. It's also a good time, like places where you used to go to in the past. Nostalgia is, there's been so much research that's been done. Nostalgia has been proven to improve quality of life, to improve mental health, to improve, your mindset. So have those nostalgic moments, but you could also hear really good positive news around this time. Now, Jupiter, it does go retrograde on the 4th. We're going to talk about this more in the weekly reading. It just means it's like in low power mode, but you could find luck and prosperity and things that you may have forgotten about or had abandoned. It's like, like when you put on like a winter coat and you find like the $10,000 bill because you're Virgos in that coat. It's like that. It's like, oh my goodness, like I forgot about this. So it's kind of like those, like you find luck in different ways. But we have the Sun conjunct Mercury on the 6th. Again, we're going to talk more about these placements in your weekly readings. And just a reminder that these, the activity of these placements really will have a stronger impact on Virgo risings. But all Virgos, you will 1000% feel all this. So this is that like light bulb moment. But this is also a good time to like really just spend time with friends. Have those happy moments of laughing and even meeting new people. And then we come to the 8th, the Sun trining Jupiter, best day of the month, one of the best days of the year, the luckiest day. It's so much optimism here, a lot of growth, a lot of prosperity, overcoming challenges. So mark that in your calendar, right? Mark that in your calendar. So Virgo, let's see what's going on for you for the first week of September. You're good. You're absolutely good. You're absolutely good. I mean, you got the 10 of Pentacles. which is ruled by Virgo. I hope you know that. It's attributed to Virgo. Now, listen, this is, you see it's raining pentacles, okay? It's raining money and wealth in the form of the tree of life. You see the harvest. You see how big the castle is. This is the card of prosperity, of success. It's the you made it card, okay? This is your kingdom come. A lot of family energy here. A lot of, remember how I said inheritance earlier? Again, that's coming through, okay? A lot of Virgos, keep that in mind. um, and then remember, it's earthbound too. So it could also be like you could be inheriting something like, if not like money, like just something like passed down, that something that you really like. But even still, there's so much happiness, success. Again, this is such a wonderful, favorable card. This is like you made it. This is it. You're good. Okay, you're good. You're absolutely good. Let's see what's going on for you for the second week. And now the second week, hey, on the 14th, we have that new moon in your sign. This is an exciting new moon. Pluto is also really nice. Okay, let's keep that. Pluto's in really good alignment with. Remember, I said Uranus is going to bring surprises, nice surprises. We have the Sun trining Uranus the next day. So when I say like, this is a weekend where you may just have a lot of wonderful, or like the end of the week, like a lot of wonderful, surprising moments, okay? New opportunities as well. It's a good time to try new things, okay? Be adventurous around this time. Mercury goes direct. And then on the 16th, Venus is going to square Jupiter. Again, this is a really big deal. This is a really big deal. This is going to be more for you. It's going to be like a personal breakthrough for you. All right. Even like spiritually, big time. Big time. All right. So, Virgo, let's see what's going on for you for the second week of September. You're good. Now, remember how I said this is going to be like a really big week for you because of the new moon in Virgo? Well, you just pulled the strength card, which is, come on. Come on. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. Just tap into it really is going within, finding it's all that strength it's inside you. Okay, tap into your spirit guides, your spirit animal, anything, wherever you find that source of strength. Do it this week, okay? You're gonna feel so empowered. You're gonna feel so empowered, almost like unstoppable, almost like this unstoppable energy. Like you're gonna be great, okay? You even see that she has a symbol of infinity over her head. I absolutely love that for you, Virgo. It's infinite possibilities that come with this strength. And remember, I said there's all this activity and this self-confidence, self-worth, self-value. You have the Six of Wands in the heart of your spread. You're going to be great. You're going to be absolutely amazing. And, strength is ruled by Leo. Remember, I said Venus is waking up fully back direct, okay? Still in shadow, but direct, all right? So that's really good. And that is your 12th house. All right, that's your 12th house. And remember, I said Venus is squaring Jupiter. Jupiter's in your 9th house. So the 12th house, the subconscious, intuition, dreams, 9th house, spirituality. So again, this is like very deeply introspective. It's going to be like you having this like spiritual awakening. I love this for you too. This is amazing. So the third week, the biggest thing that I want you to know is the sun is going to trine Pluto. So Virgo, this is absolutely huge. It can be a very intense day, but a good one, okay? Work with the energies. It's going to be, wow. It's like taking control of your life. Very empowering. Pluto happens to be in your 5th house of pleasure, love, romance, children, creativity, self-expression. I, again, really love this day. And then, on the 23rd, we move into Libra season. It's the equinox, autumn equinox here in the northern hemisphere. We're moving into Libra season. Whole other thing. We're going to talk about this more in the weekly readings. But Virgo, let's see what's going on for you for the third week of September. Oh my goodness. Okay. You listen, Virgo. For the very beginning of this reading, I said you're going to have some changes in your life this month, especially around that new moon in Virgo. You may not feel it, like a lot of Virgos may not feel it, like boom, 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 because all these planets are retrograde, but they will be happening like under the, like behind the scenes, and you will feel changes happening. Okay, they may not be like, you know, Lady Gaga in her 12 outfit changes during a show, like that type of deal. It's gonna be like one outfit change type of deal, but you're definitely gonna feel it. There's gonna be change happening in a huge way. Look at your spread, and then you just got the world. And so when I say change, we're talking life changing now. This is the end of the major arcanas. We've come to the end of the hero's journey, the fool's journey, your journey, right? So this is the beginning of this new cycle, which is coming after that new moon in Virgo, right? And, you know, coming right before the full moon in Aries. So you see the dancing figure here with the two magicians' batons, okay? So really love that for you. I mean, two cards referencing the magician already, okay? The magician is the only other person who has the infinity symbol over his head. Now, this is it. You see that zero here at the garland shaped in a zero, referencing the fool. So, starting your new fool's journey, and it's a dancing figure. I mean, this is achievement. Like, you made it. Okay, you already got the 10 of Pentacles. And one thing about the 10 of Pentacles is that 10 is the end, so 1 0 equals 1, so it's a new beginning, and then you have it here as well. So you are, wow, you, oof, woo, life changing. Now, last week of September, we have Mercury trining Jupiter for the second time. Love this. Again, you could have good news. You could hear good news. You could give good news too. This is really great. This is a really great, powerful day. Good one for business deals as well. Even social activities. Again, it is Mercury. So we, on the 29th, full moon in Aries, okay, at this point, Mars is, you know, the fact that Venus is waking up, and at this point she's pretty much awake. We like that now because Mars is like dancing with Venus. So really like nice romantic day, which is really great. But again, really big thing with partnerships happening around this time. But also remember, this full moon in Aries is going to be in your 8th house. So again, transformation, okay? Death and rebirth, but also other people's resources. And then we have Mercury trining Uranus. So we'll talk about that. That's going to be on the 30th. I love that day. A lot of like creative energy. Really like even cerebral, like really just creativity overload. But let's go ahead and see what's going on for you, Virgo, for the last week of September. You're good. You got the 8 of Cups. I love this. So 8 of Cups. Now, what's really interesting here, two things. One, remember I said all about letting something go. There's this change that's happening in your life, this new change, a lot of gratitude in your life. You're preparing for this change, this transformation that's coming, 1000% coming for sure. Okay, your life is changing this month. All right. Now, remember how I said letting go of the things that no longer serve you well. Well, there you go. You got the 8 of Cups. Okay, this is someone moving forward. Nothing's wrong with the Cups. He just knows something's better for him, and now he's seeking it. Okay, it could be a little bittersweet. It could be a little hard, but at the same time, you found that power, that empowerment to do it, to move forward from the things that's not, you know, the things that you know, like, hey, I can do better, or there's, there's something better for me right there. Okay. Now, the other thing that is truly, truly interesting here is, remember I said that full moon in Aries, really it's like, closures, completions, even clarity around certain matters, but with Mars and Venus doing a little tango, and Mars and Libra, all about relationships and whatnot. This card is actually attributed to Saturn in Pisces, which, if I hadn't mentioned already, is in your seventh house of partnerships and relationships. So there could be the end of something, like partnerships, relationships. You could be moving on to a new job. You could be moving. Do you like whatever resonates with you? And partnerships and relationships, remember, business, career, love, romance, whatever it is. It can even be one-on-one relationships, okay? It could be like, what if you're moving? If you're moving, you're working with a realtor. Maybe this realtor isn't great. Time to move on to another realtor that will serve you better. But even still, I love your spread. You're good. You're good, Virgo. Okay? YG. YG. Now, that's it. Okay? That's it, Virgo. Very excited to call my mom and tell her she's going to have a great month. Virgo, you're amazing. Thanks so much for being here. If you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. And if you are a subscriber, thanks so much for being here. I love you. Next week, we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it, dig deep into some of these aspects that are happening next week. But again, thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next week. Okay, bye-bye.